Today I'm going to do a little overview of this Blue Snowball Ice microphone. I'll go over some of the features, some of the drawbacks, things I like, things I don't like about it. I use it in a lot of my videos, so you'll get a pretty good idea of how it sounds and, some of the features, some of the things you can use it for, and some of the things you probably shouldn't. See you in a minute. Alright, I'm back with the Blue Snowball Ice microphone, and first thing I want to do is go over some of the specs. And as you can see, it's lit up, so I'm using it in this video here, and I think that's a great way to be able to hear the quality, the sound, the pickup, things like that. And it's saying, one of the things I don't understand is they say that this is both a cardioid and a omnidirectional. Basically it can be aimed or pointed at something, or it can pick up from around the microphone, which, if it does both those things, it's possible, but usually they do one or the other better. It is a pretty good all-around microphone. I don't know that it's all that great picking up from the side and things like that, and I'll do a few examples, that way you get the idea of how good it is for those purposes. Anyhow, the specs, go over some of the techie stuff. It says 40 hertz to 18 kilohertz. The whole spectrum that I believe the human ear can hear, and it really can't hear quite that well, but the whole spectrum's like 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz or 20 kilohertz. So this, excuse me, this is 40 to 18,000. So it covers pretty much everything. Normally your voice is only, if I remember right from some classes I did, I think it's like 300 or 400 hertz is around where a voice is anyway, and most people can't cover too wide of a spectrum. So if you're wanting to do like professional singing, it's probably not going to be, in my opinion at least, the best. It would be good, but it definitely, you can beat this thing by several more expensive mics. Now for the price range, I think they're going for 49 or something like that dollars, somewhere around 50 bucks. So it's really good for that price point. There's no doubt about that. Anyway, before I get too far off, your sample rate, it's a 44.1 kilohertz 16-bit, pretty common. There's really not a whole lot. It's a regular condenser mic. It has USB digital output. It's a USB mic. Now I did want to note, and I do have a picture on this. Now this is the basic microphone. Here is the back of that microphone. Now the thing I wanted to point out right now is this. That's your cable that it uses. It uses kind of like the old printer USB cable. Most of us will probably remember that. And it does plug in kind of loose. I don't really care for that too much. It can pull out. If you step on the cord, it's just going to fall right out. Now that can be a good and a bad thing. The more experience you have with microphones, that may be a good thing, so you don't short your cables out, or you don't pull the microphone off of your desk. As you can see, I'm using this, as I'd mentioned earlier, for this video, so it's a good time to test how this mic picks up, whether it's aimed or whether it's around the mic. And that's part of the specs I gave you earlier. That's the cardioid or omnidirectional, of course. So right now I'm aiming it directly at my mouth, and I'm just going to do a quick test and try and keep my voice pretty even. Test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Now I'm going to go above the mic and do the same thing. Test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Now I'm going to go to the side of the microphone and do that. Test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. And I'm going to go to the left of it. I don't really know if this is necessary, but I might as well. Test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Now there should be a little bit of a difference, a little more punchy when I'm aiming it like I am right now, aiming it directly at my face. And another note, which I should have got a picture, but I didn't get a picture, so I'll just show you. And that's just as good. The little mini tripod, and it does have a universal screw mount here, so you can, you know, hook it up to, if you have a better mic stand, or, you know, the clamp that fits on your desk. You know, it should be fine for those. That way you can aim it a little better. But I do like to review and overview what comes in the box, because you're paying $50 for this. You know, you're not getting these big $150 clamps or, you know, whatever. So I like to review it as it is, but that is an option, just so you know. It does have the universal screw mount for it. The tripod itself, oh, I don't know what these things are. I never looked on the specs on the size, but probably holds it up about 4 or 5 inches, maybe something like that, 4 or 5 inches. So it's not real tall. It really don't work for me just sitting on the normal tripod on my desk. You will definitely probably want to get you one of those clamp mounts for it. You know, if you are going to do anything like what I'm doing here for YouTube videos or whatever. So keep that in mind. You will have to add that to the price if, you know, you're wanting your quality and get that punchy audio, because in my opinion you really do need it, you know, used as a directional mic. Now if you do like, or you're learning anything from this video, please consider subscribing, liking the video. Now, a quick opinion, I have used a few professional mics in my time. I've done some professional audio. If you're just getting started, this is probably the perfect mic. A lot of people have already said that, I know that, but I just wanted to pretty much reiterate what other people have said and what I've seen for this mic. I think it does a great job for what it does. I do think it's limited. I think it picks up some noise here and there. I've actually got a fan running, and I'll do a moment of silence just so you can see if that fan's actually catching in this mic. Okay, and it will pick up some noise. It's not terrible. Not terrible for the price, not at all. I've used it for multiple applications, whether it was YouTube videos, like I said. I've used it for some Facebook Live stuff, things like that. And actually a lot of people complimented the sound from using this mic, because my previous Facebook Lives I'd used a laptop, you know, integrated internal mic, and they said there was such a difference. It was so much more clear, more punchy. You know, people can stand to listen to you a little more, so you probably get a few more people, you know, listening to your Facebook Lives and YouTube videos. And I'm going to put some links in this video in the bottom, and you can get it for that $49 price point. I'll never put any that, at least at the time that I know of, you know, where people are inflating the prices, because we do have some shortages, you know, because of the everything going on. Until the next video, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and stick around. We got some movies coming as well. See ya.